May 4th.
Oh, it was so fun today. My wife had so many questions.
Nice.
She was so perplexed on what we're doing.
Oh, I think sometimes we're just perplexing.
Oh, I think so. I think, too, all the others that were out there meeting, too, I think it's not even a question. It's fun when you're seeing a lot of interesting people that I would consider,
so
like,
fun today. My wife had so many questions.
rare to talk to. And then
Yeah.
here we are. You know?
Doing our thing.
Yeah.
Well, we're going after it right away on the Twitch stream. I mean, exciting moment. It's a good call there, Mr. Odo. Make sure those people are joining our stream. Thanks for waiting. We had some cable challenges. Oh, that'd be fantastic, Jeremy. Some cable challenges. I'm just making sure I got all my chat screens open. Oh, I think we're both going to be a bit slow today.
At least we're happy.
That's okay. Sometimes it's worth being slow. All right. I think we've got good audio, I hope, and good video. Let me know if we don't. Yeah. Yep. And I got a whole bag of what we're sharing. Look at that. Isn't that cool? These things are so fun. I mean, it's like just a handful of happiness. Look at that. Oh, how nice is that? I just randomly grabbed 3, 6, 9. Oh, packing up the shop, yeah. I've had to do that a few times over the years. This is not a simple thing to do. It's going all right. Oh, it's Labor Day in Australia? Well, that's neat. Yeah. So, where are we tuning in from today? I see someone's from Australia. Catching the stream right now. I guess I don't need to keep handling those, but I'll just switch cameras for this because I think it's worth doing. This stem, I think, is one of my all-time favorite textures because it just has some pretty interesting texture. And it's really hard to see how interesting this texture is until you've actually held one in your hand, looked at it in person, and felt it. It's got a really nice, feel to it. It's not sharp, it's not jagged, but it's grippy. And that's what we just contributed. on the Twitch stream. I think it does kind of look like wood, but it's not wood. It's stainless steel, which is kind of neat, you know, like metal wood. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of fun. I'm with you there, Cody. Wood that looks like metal and metal machined like wood. That's just fun. Is there any possibility for a baller to be arranged? I don't understand what that means. You have to elaborate. Yeah, you know, anymore, I think I have to look at a lot of the products that we make as being more of a cross grade than an upgrade, because I'd like to think that in general things are working pretty good, but of course there's always room for improvement. Or maybe it's just a slightly different flavor, so is it really an upgrade or is it just a cross grade? Yeah. Steel. Stainless steel. It's a pretty nice material, actually. Oh, that's some haptiness. Is that the raspberry one?
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah, I like that one. Or boysenberry.
yeah, that's what it is.
That one's really flavorful. I like that one. So, just something to consider there. Again, with screen names, I always have to be a little bit hesitant in terms of pronouncing, but the Jesme, that just I made a comment here. Sometimes when you're trying to contribute some product to some people that you know, it seems to work out a little bit better that instead of just giving it away, borrow it out first. And make sure that's even a good fit. Because what I've kind of noticed is that in general, people tend to have a little bit more respect for something that they're borrowing for a little while with the expectation that they have to give it back. And it also kind of makes the time frame more finite than not finite. In other words, oh, when do you want this back? Well, why don't you just try it for a week and make sure that you like it? That way, it encourages that person to give it a try and really get to know it over the course of a week. And if they don't like it, well, then they give it back, clean it up, and try it out with the next person. And that way, at least in my experience, I found I get a little bit better results sometimes with people actually giving it a good try and getting familiar with it. Yeah, I like what you're saying there. Different vibes alter a state of mind and can change flavor too. It's so interesting how what we're thinking about, or just the general state of mind that we're in, how that can influence whether we like something or we don't. Got your notepad, huh?
Yeah, I found a couple of funny caps.
Oh, got those too. Yeah. These ones aren't built up. I wonder if I got the other ones in my pocket. Oh. Welcome back to the couch, Jeremy. It's been a bit of a journey, hasn't it?
It's been a bit of a journey.
Even though we weren't on the couch last Sunday. At least not this couch. We were,
I was on a chair.
Yeah, in Virginia, I think.
Virginia.
Virginia.
Pretty good elevation.
Yeah, we were pretty high up in Virginia, weren't we?
Mm-hmm. It was a lot of fun.
I think just a little bit across the border from West Virginia. Did we hit the corner of West Virginia when we left North Carolina?
Pretty close. I know we took a picture of a few signs too, so I have some area information.
Did you have eye surgery last week?
Me?
Yeah.
No, but
Oh.
I've had sensitive eyes as of late.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
I think it was the bright lights as of last night.
Oh. Looks like someone spotted us in the crowd on TV last night.
Yeah, those lights are bright.
Really? Huh. Were we on TV last night?
I think we were a couple times.
I wonder how that happened. Yeah, I think, yeah, Jeremy and I, we just took a little road trip
Yep. We just went to Des Moines, Iowa.
yesterday, didn't we?
Yep.
We took a road trip.
A 1 day's trip.
Yeah, we left, like 10:30 in the morning yesterday, and got back, 10 o'clock today.
Yep.
It's like a 24-hour road trip.
24-hour road trip straight.
Okay. It was pretty cool. Yeah, what do we got?
Rode some one wheels downtown Des Moines.
Well, that was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, what would you call those musical instruments that were?
Oh, I would call them like 3-axis synthesizers.
This exact, yeah, because they sounded different going both ways.
Oh yeah,
It was
it was a
fascinating.
pretty neat little thing.
Couldn't believe
You
it.
should have. You grabbed some video of that, didn't you?
Oh, I did.
Yeah. See, how do we just like put that on our stream,
Right?
Jeremy? That's what we need to figure out.
That's another one that we need to do. For now, we could just kind of like point it, I think. But
Yeah. Yeah. Rowan did send a pretty cool. Just throw it up. Just tip it up.
Are you serious?
there's like 20 of these, and when you're on a one wheel, you can hit them all pretty quickly,
Yeah, that was so cool.
and it's quite fascinating. Yep.
Being on the wheel helps.
That was incredible.
And look at more news. Dynavap kind of in the news. Just video got posted here, I think today. Rowan sent a package to William Osmond. Did a unboxing. Wasn't quite sure what it was, or is just I think very adeptly navigating political correctness,
Love it.
which all fine, either way, pretty cool stuff. So yeah, made him a cool sign. Really like that. I think it's just nice when we can share what we like doing with other people that can appreciate it. That's just super fun. Yeah, kind of funky shirt tonight. You know, I like that one, Jeremy. I don't think I even have one like that.
No, I only made, I think, 3 of these. They were just a prototype.
Maybe we should remix that a little bit.
Well, we didn't go with this company, but we also don't need to.
No, we don't need to. We
So,
can work with your star guy.
Yep,
What's
we can
his-
do everything here, even this material. So, should go perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think I need to sip on some tea. Hopefully it's not too hot.
Yeah, it was quite a long drive. Well, it was a long 24 hours.
Yeah, it was.
But it only seemed long when I got back.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. I was just thinking about it.
Because there wasn't any moment where it wasn't a good time.
I think you drove almost the entire time.
Did a lot of driving in the last couple of weeks.
Help me out here. Did you drive almost the entire time?
Hmm?
Both ways.
Yeah, the Tesla and I.
Yeah. Okay.
Together.
We didn't even set the trip meter, did we?
Yeah.
But that must have been.
No, but it was like 5.5 hours, I think.
Yeah, so it was
Roughly.
a little bit. A little bit. Oh, look at that. Bucky Starbreaker, that's the guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've made any titanium B tips yet. Thought we did. Maybe just try it, but
Titanium B-tips, that sounds really
I
cool.
think that'd be cool.
Even in the smaller size, like the smaller bowl size.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be fun.
That could be
I
cool.
would like to test that.
I mean, testing is fun.
It already seems like a good idea. Just thinking about it.
Yeah, maybe we should do that. Okay, so we need a question so we give people a reason to respond to it. Just a simple question that they can just type out quick so we can get something interesting flowing in the chat. Like, if you've left the country that you live in the past 2 years, where did you go?
Just on a trip?
Yeah, well, I'm just
Or just
it's
in
just
general?
throwing out there,
Yeah,
see how people respond. I'm just kind of curious, how many of the people watching the stream travel, and how often do they travel?
Travel or moving. Both. Either.
Yeah, exactly. For travel or moving, well, that's up to you to decide. I'm just curious, where people are moving around. Mexico, okay.
Seen a lot of things. Oh, yeah, Tyler went to Scotland.
Cambodia, Vietnam, and Bali. That's a part of the world I wouldn't mind seeing.
That sounds very interesting.
Just trying to figure out the best way to do it.
I always want to go to the food markets.
Those
Sounds I'm curious.
the places are so far away. It just takes so long to get there. And it's not just how long it takes to get there. And I know it sounds like I'm whining because, of course, here we live in a day and age where you can get to like the most remote place in the whole planet faster than ever before. But it still takes a lot of energy
Yeah.
to get there. I like it. Travel the Terpene Highway.
We should have special airlines where we can enjoy our cannabis on our way to our trips.
Wouldn't that help?
Without having to have a private jet.
If we had like Dyna Airlines, where there's an induction heater built into the armrest of every chair. Now that's my kind of airline, right?
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Talk about flying high. Yeah, so think about traveling long distances.
Yeah, isn't Australia really far?
No, it's just around the corner.
Super long ones, like 17 hours, you said?
Well, it's just one of those things where
From us?
I don't really like being gone all that long, but at the same time, it takes so much to get there. I almost want to be gone for like several months and just kind of slowly work my way through a bunch of these cool areas so you can be there for more than a couple of days and actually kind of experience it a little bit.
Yeah.
Items from the vault, new, old stock, or reproduction. So, in general, we don't do reproduction product.
unless we make like a small change or modification to it. And that's not very common either. So it's either product that we just haven't sold in a while, or that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Hopefully that kind of answered the question. Combustion so prohibited on Dyna Air though. Yeah. No smoking. But properly baking your cookies is encouraged. It helps the other passengers relax.
If you combust, get your parachute ready.
Yeah. Flight to Des Moines would be 30 minutes. I don't think it would be that fast.
That's a little fast. I mean, it's gonna be quick, but
Be quick,
probably like at least an hour or more.
because
1:15 maybe.
like when I connect sometimes in Minneapolis, which is it's a solid like 4 to 4.5 hours from here.
Yeah.
That's all interstate, all the way. So pretty easy drive. It's still 45 minutes. So
I was gonna say Des Moines wasn't a terrible drive.
no, not at all.
It was just enough, right? At that point. From here, anyway. It's like 5.5 hours.
Yep, that. Flight to Appleton and Nashville is 1:30. Yeah, that sounds more like it, because like Nashville's like 10 hours from here. Yeah. Huh. Are those two mini wins in Germany's necklace now?
It's my mini win cross.
Nice. Wait a minute. Those look like those same mini wins that you had with you yesterday in the arena.
These have a story to tell.
They do. Yeah, they do, don't they?
Yes. One of these were used by some very interesting people yesterday.
Yeah. I like this comment. Imagine the flight on Dyna Air with the airline stewards or stewardesses, or what do they call them now, Jeremy? Flight attendants?
Attendants, yeah.
Giving the passengers a tutorial before taking off. Now, before we all take off, we're going to go over how to take off yourself.
Well, they're already good at the explanation of safety.
You know,
This perfectly fits in.
that might be neat.
I mean, it's a routine.
Any plans to make a titanium woodwind mouthpiece? I think the woodwind mouthpiece is titanium.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Which one is stainless steel? The M XL?
Yep.
Yep. That one is a stainless steel mouthpiece, which is a little bit heavier. Which actually, I do have one of those on a woodwind, which is kind of a fun weight change. Doesn't really change much properties except for weight from that distance from the chamber.
Huh. So, Nick says, how did the one wheel event go? Because we didn't really talk about that much. We had we had something else going on last Sunday.
How
didn't
did
we?
the one wheel event go?
How did the one wheel event go?
I got a real good video just to kind of sum that up.
So maybe we can get a link into the chat to the Team Dynavap stuff so people can follow it and find it, right?
It went like this. Yep.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, we had a great time. Team Dynavap.
Yeah.
That's where I want to be.
Yeah. Sit back, relax, and click your caps. It's gonna be all right. We'll be there before you know it.
We should do, like, instead of the flight attendant talking about safety, we should have it like mock-up flight attendant just talking about how to click, you know.
Well, yeah, how to, click your seatbelt, then click your cap.
Right.
And always make sure to click your own cap before assisting others. Oh. Hey, Jeremy, did you know one wheels are dangerous?
Yeah, I do. And yes, they can malfunction.
They are dangerous. I mean, sometimes I just gotta ask myself, why would anyone think it's a good idea to ride a one-wheeled vehicle? I mean, it just seems kind of dumb, doesn't it?
Or over 20 plus miles an hour.
Well, that makes it even more interesting, right? But to me, that's like people that walk across,
There's a bit of commitment.
a
to
tightrope,
one-wheeling.
between two tall buildings. Why would you do that when you could take the elevator down and walk across the street?
Well, I would say there's a thrill in that tightrope walk.
There might be a thrill in that.
There might be a special thrill.
And there might be a thrill in riding on one-wheeled vehicles that they're, in some regards, kind of pointless, but also kind of fun. So maybe we should get a tightrope walker to ride a one-wheel across the tightrope.
Wow. Yeah. You could ride your uni on a rope. I can almost see it happening. Right? It would take a little practice, but the way that you maneuver with that thing or your adjustments, I think that would be
Let's try
very
that.
doable. Would it matter that it's a thinner tire? I mean, I don't think so.
I don't know.
I feel like it would be just as hard on the one-wheel tire because depending on where you position it, you're going to have a hard time, right? You want to always keep it almost...
The guy that made the Segway died going backwards off a cliff? I haven't heard that one.
Fascinating.
I know that guy's name. I'm just trying to... Dean Kamen, I think, is who that was. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong. Really interesting guy. He had some patents on Stirling engines, too.
Really?
And Stirling coolers. Yeah, it was
we know a couple of Segway riders in Texas.
fascinating guy. Oh, yeah. There's like a whole Segway riding group
Yeah.
in Dallas,
Yep.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah, they do like a parade of Segways.
Yeah, the age of hovering can't be that far off now. Well, yeah, I think it arrived a few years ago.
I looked into this, and the best hovering you're gonna get is on the one on a wheel, because the idea of nothing hovering, anti-gravity hovering, is kind of like there's so much involved in that. You know what I mean? Think about how hard that would be.
Well, the thing I think about is, let's just say theoretically that I could start to imagine myself levitating off of this couch. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I start moving, or you give me a little push, and since I'm levitating, I no longer have a frictional connection to this planet.
Right.
So if you're going to push me, I'm just going to keep going in a direction
Yep.
until I encounter something else. Well, if I want to change direction, now I need some way to steer. And that means I need to either frictionally engage with something that is either stationary or moving in a different direction, or B, I need to have some means of energy exchange, propulsion.
Propulsion,
right?
yeah.
To change my vector.
Little jetpacks on you to move you around.
Well, and that's something that is kind of addressed when you're on a one-wheeled vehicle. You still have a frictional engagement with some plane of travel, so that you can apply force for steering.
The wheel was one of the greatest inventions. Period.
Segway tours in DC, like some giant nerdy caterpillar. People do have a difficult time driving. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it would be really cool to have like drone vehicles, right? Because the airspace is a lot more clear.
Well, yeah, some people think that
And they could have autopilot.
airspace will have a whole lot of traffic. Well, the reality is, if you think about a personal vehicle, whether it's a car, plane, whatever, on a road, right? 6 lanes of road. Well, we know how wide that is.
Right.
Well, even if you went with 10 times the amount of space between cars on a road for airspace, even 50 times as much space. Well, just in the area at a reasonable traveling altitude, lower altitudes for short distances, higher altitudes for long distances.
Yep.
There's a lot of room up there.
Yeah, you start to
a lot of room,
right? The volume starts to
Yep.
extremely expand.
And as long as you have a
Because now you don't just have to do side by side. Now you got on top.
You got
of
3
each
dimensions,
other. You got
right?
all kinds of dimensions to move this in this space. Yeah. And we got drones, right?
we
Like,
do.
They're becoming more efficient. I could see us riding in drones
I can see it.
in about 20
Well,
some years.
It's coming. It may even be faster than that, right? But
Right.
with the
Packages will be delivered. in
yeah, the
drones.
autopilot that's
So-
coming. We've seen drones delivering packages. Not many, but it is.
I think it'll be more prevalent soon.
The only way a car could get me here is if it fell from the sky. I like sentences like that. Does that mean you're on top of a building? But he could also be in a tree. He could be on an iceberg floating in the ocean, right?
That's fun.
Oh, is there an ETA for the Jersey pre-order email? Yes, we're aiming for next week.
Yeah.
We're trying to work out those details. So
Jersey orders are
thanks
coming
for
very
asking.
soon. I have it written down somewhere else, but I'm gonna write it down here again.
Yep. So this one's gonna be one of those options.
We're gonna order
We'll have a bunch of others.
more of the team jerseys too.
Cool. Well, that'll just be one of the options.
Yep.
Because why not? That or an island in Michigan where cars are prohibited. Well, they're prohibited for most people. They still have ambulances and some utility vehicles there, but you don't see a lot of you.
What's that?
Mackinac.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I've been there.
It's a pretty interesting place.
I've always heard of it.
Yeah.
It's not-
It kind of smells like horses.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. So if you don't like the way horses smell, I wouldn't recommend it.
I grew up on a farm, so I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't bother me. The worst smell is like chicken manure on fields.
That doesn't sound great.
That's the worst one.
Can a Dynavap be powered through an old cigarette lighter? The answer is yeah.
Like a coily? Like
Yeah, and there's other ways to do
Aw.
it too.
Now you just made me want to try that. That sounds fun. Because
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to heat up the end, right? Because I'm just going to get the click fast. So is
Yeah,
there a way we can
exactly.
set it in there?
Yeah, we
and
just gotta-
kind of roll it
Yeah, it's
in the
probably
coil?
take a couple tries.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Might have to reheat it. The coil.
Yeah. Pig farms do definitely have a little bit of an odor to them, don't they?
Yeah, pig farms are like second worst to my chicken issue.
Are they?
Yeah, I think that's just the bad. Cow manure doesn't bother me. Horse manure is very interesting.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more, I don't know, gamey than cow manure or something.
Yeah. Huh. How could we get a Dynavap logo on your paragliding wing? That would be pretty cool.
Vinyl print, maybe? I don't know what it's made out of.
Yeah. Tea time at Dynavap will definitely get you in touch with us. It's a great way to do it. Yep.
The smell of victory.
Custom order from the manufacturer. Okay. That could be cool. Oh, someone's asking if you enjoyed your flight last night.
Yes.
No, it's quite the experience, wasn't it?
It was pretty incredible experience. Iowa had their first fight night, UFC fight, and it was sold out, massive, loud, roaring, right?
Yeah.
There was more fights than just in the cage, right?
Oh yeah, there was. there was some bonus.
That's how you
bonus
know
content,
it was,
right?
Yeah, that's how you know it was pretty. I don't know if I want to say good in this case, but there's a lot going on, and there's fights outside the cage in the crowd, and the cops are involved.
Why don't they just put him in the cage?
Yeah, I mean,
Wouldn't that be awesome? It's like, okay, if you guys can't get it under control, then how about this? You two sign this waiver, and we're gonna do what do they call it, an exposition?
you should have like a side cage for these people.
Side cage.
Yeah, like a carnival ride kind of, but for just the regulars that come and think they're tough.
Yeah, you want? Okay, you know what? Why don't you finish it? We'll put you on TV. We'll give you a commentator.
Sign the waiver.
Yeah, there you
We're
go.
good to go.
I'd like to see someone using their Ferrari's exhaust heated cap.
That sounds fun.
Doesn't it though?
Yeah, this can get red hot.
While you're driving,
That'd be a great video.
could you like cut a hole in the floor?
I don't know
so,
about while you're driving.
So you could like stick your cap in the exhaust.
Oh, interesting. Maybe a little door. Open it up for my cap. Click, and then I'll shut it back. So we're
Yeah, you
gonna
can
have this hole
just
forever.
stick it in there and step on the gas, right?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, Quinn.
We have a captive cap problem too.
Yeah, so yeah, well, customer service is the solution for anyone that's got any challenges with our product. We'd love to help out.
If it still has
Just-
discs though, you should try to clean it. out.
That's a good idea too.
Cause I've had mine get kind of
Gunked up.
gummy, yeah, and then the clicks they get really hard to click when it gets
Oh
real
yeah,
bad.
they get really gunky.
So if you stick that in alcohol for a little bit, if the discs are all good, I don't see why that wouldn't go back to clicking pretty regular.
So, just Quinn, is Dean Kamen, was he the Segway inventor? Just making sure I remember that right. And I also would say that, yeah, invented a lot of the one-wheel stuff too. Gas-powered tilt board could heat a Dynavat. I wonder what that is. I don't even know what that is.
Oh, sounds fun.
Yeah, I don't know if Ferrari would be if it would be a good flavor, 'cause you definitely get some exhaust undertones.
Oh, it's like, I mean, we've seen these things.
What's that?
Is that what it is?
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
is it, I
The
no, there's-
three-wheeled ones.
It's
Yep.
not gas powered, is it?
No, it's electric.
Yeah, it's like a one with two other
We've
wheels.
seen people riding those at the festivals.
This is talking about a gas powered one. That's kinda
Sure,
fun.
sure. It's just not quite my thing though. Maybe I should try it out. I first saw those when we were in Austin.
These.
Yeah.
I have never tried one, but I've seen so many. I was offered to try one, and I was just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if
I really like.
I wasn't ready for it.
I like the not needing any controls in your hands, and to a large degree, not needing any controls anywhere.
That's what my favorite part about one wheeling is that I can relax with my hands. It's just so fun.
Oh, see, we should look that up.
And everything that I've drove in my life takes throttling power with my hands. You know what I mean?
Ah, that's what it was. So the inventor of the Segway is still alive, but the owner of the company apparently did something dumb and exited this dimension of existence.
Something about backwards downhill on a Segway?
Yeah.
That sounds terrifying.
Lamborghini would send you a C&D after the fact. Huh. Did we start early? I think we started early.
No, I don't think so.
No, not at all.
We went off a cliff.
What'd you have for breakfast?
We were at Hy-Vee, and I think I bought some pink pineapple.
Oh yeah, pink pineapple.
Which I will, unless I don't know if I just
Maybe it
had
wasn't ripe.
Yeah, I feel like it just wasn't right, but for the price of this pink pineapple, nope, wasn't worth it. It smelled different, but it tasted like sour regular pineapple.
Yeah.
And it just felt like a gimmick, but for $10 you can buy a pineapple this big that's pink, or for $2 or $3 you can buy a really nice ripe pineapple this big, right?
Yeah.
I think I'll go with the latter. Though it was an experience to try pink pineapple from Costa Rica.
I like pineapple.
I love pineapple, and I thought for sure I was going to love pink
I'm
pineapple.
growing a few pineapples. Hey, thanks for the likes there on YouTube. We appreciate it. Really helps. Likes, shares are pretty cool. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, we'd appreciate that too.
How is the pineapple growing going?
Well,
Because it's trees.
no.
No?
No. Pineapples are, they're an interesting category of plant
It's not
called
a tree.
called a bromeliad, if I remember it correctly. And I think they're one of the only variants of that type of plant that are edible. Although you have to be a little bit careful.
Does it grow like a cabbage?
No, it grows like an aloe plant.
Oh.
And yeah, pineapple on pizza is awesome.
Oh, I love that.
recommend it.
Completely amazing.
Yeah.
You can eat sour pineapple. Save that for your pizza. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all that
I wonder what pickled pineapple would taste like.
sounds fun. I've had a lot of pickled things. Pickled asparagus, pickled beans.
Yeah.
The beans are really good because
so-
they're so
If you would like an M+,
Fibrous.
push the colon and hit return in the chat, and we will select someone at random. And if you are selected and you respond to us, we will collect your shipping information and send one right to you. Because we feel like that right now. Huh. So someone's had pickled pineapple.
I was gonna say it can't be that uncommon. It sounds like something people would do. But people pickle everything.
You know, I can just imagine. Sometimes it'd be fun just to like make a book of theoretical brands. You know, like Peter Piper's pickled pineapple. Because wouldn't it be so much better if you picked a peck of pickled pineapple?
This would be a good cookbook. I like it.
Yeah.
But we got to test these all out before we put the recipe in the book, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think
Actually, it could be a community cookbook.
pickled pineapple. Oh,
How would
you
that
know
be?
what? That would be awesome. You know,
And then we make the book, but everybody contributed a recipe, so now it'll be fun to try everybody's recipes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think, you know, like a cookbook for the Dynaverse, right?
Yeah, the Dyna cookbook.
That'd be pretty cool.
You could use your ADV or ABV with it.
Sure, you could.
With some recipes.
AVB recipes.
Yeah.
Someone else is thinking the same thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know,
Too many of these close abbreviations I keep messing up.
You know, it's funny.
ADV, ATV.
Right out of the blue, just today, I got a text from our glassblower, our local glassblower, Chris. And I gotta look at my phone and see what he actually texted me. It had nothing to do with glass. It was something interesting. And I was like, hey, yeah, good to hear from you. Any chance we'll see a return of the Turbo Twist minis? Because those are pretty cool. Killer bourbon pecan pie sounds good. I wonder if it could be like
Dude, these recipes are going to be great. Somebody's got the stem milk going on.
Yeah.
Like, write those out, test it, make it look like legit recipe,
You know,
and let's build a book.
and let's do some crazy stuff because
This is going to be fun.
I mean it's if it's kind of associated with Dynavap, I mean it's already not normal, so that's okay.
Oh, it's going to be so fun. There's going to be so much interesting stuff in it.
You know, just thinking about like pecan pie is like really really sweet because it's like sugar and pecans.
I was thinking about ABV.
Man, I just imagine we took that pecan pie and made it like
I love
pickled pineapple pecan pie.
Interesting. I was thinking about ABV peanut butter and jelly. Just something simple like that too, you know? It could be like simple recipes and then it can be complex.
Green eggs and ham. Yeah.
Because you know when you have too many clickety clacks of the cap, you don't know how far you want to get deep in the recipes. You might want to just do an easy one.
You know, so one of my favorite cookbooks is I'm trying to remember where it came across. My wife found it or got it at the library. My mother gave it to me. It was something neat. It was called the 4-ingredient cookbook. So
4 ingredients.
yeah, so every recipe had 4 ingredients or less, which I didn't think about it that much, but that right there actually simplifies things substantially.
That's pretty.
Because there's just fewer things to aggregate.
Right. Well, I'm curious about how many combinations of the 4 recipes. You right?
What do you mean?
Wolf's 4 recipe cookbook. How many?
No, 4 ingredient.
Oh, so everything's just 4 ingredients only.
Yes.
Okay. I thought it was only 4.
No. Just 4 ingredients. There's a lot of recipes in there.
That's really cool. Because it sounds like that would be pretty simple also.
Now, I wonder what that means.
Which one?
I'm 60 years old now, and I was 6. I'm pretty sure just about everyone watching the chat right now was 6 too.
Yeah, I'm confused on that one. I'm trying to think hard.
Oh, we got another
ABV
joker.
brownie.
Did you see that? You see what Ray said?
Oh, it's that? 4 ingredient cookbooks? Yep. We can make special code names for those 4 ingredients.
So Ronson's gonna try out an M Plus, and it'll be a second Dynavap. Only has an M7. M7 is a great device. The M Plus is, I think you're gonna find noticeably different.
Oh, what is he using?
Yeah.
Right now?
M7.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting how different, actually.
Yeah, you know,
I didn't expect.
if you weren't 6, you know, let us know in the chat. But I'm really curious, you know, who watching this stream was not 6.
I think we all go through 6.
But what if we go through 7?
Everybody does.
Not Amadeus the Grey.
Fascinating. I want whatever he's taking.
I don't think I do.
Oh, I don't know if I do or not, actually.
No,
Sounds like a coma.
yeah, I wouldn't want to skip because although there's certainly been some difficult moments, those difficult moments they kind of give us that contrast and that comparative, so we can really understand.
Okay.
Good
That
ones.
looks fun. That's like a legit recipe start. I make fudge after soaking ABV in coconut oil, mix with peanut butter syrup, salt, cocoa powder, then refrigerate. Yep. That sounds cool. You had me at coconut oil.
So where do you get peanut butter syrup?
I've never heard of peanut butter syrup either. Yeah, what's that? Wait, peanut butter no, and syrup. Okay.
I mean, it's
Peanut
slightly
butter.
better when
If
people.
you do mix peanut butter with syrup, it makes it more
You know,
malleable. So it could be peanut butter syrup.
Yeah.
I want that. I might just go home and try that.
Oh,
I have all
okay.
those ingredients.
See, wizards age differently.
Hmm.
Is that kind of like vampires?
Yeah, I mean, all of them are different.
But you know, it's our differences that make us really kind of powerful. I think about so many of the interesting experiences that I've had the fortune to either participate in or just observe. It's just this combination of really interesting skills and abilities from a diverse range of people that make it happen.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes they don't even know they have the skills.
You ever play with your ABV?
Yeah, I actually have a couple jars that I've just had kind of hanging around. Doesn't really go bad.
Have you tried
It's dried
washing it?
out. But is that what Ori was kind of doing?
So yeah, apparently what a lot of people like to do is they like to take it and
Soaking it
soak it
alcohol?
in water.
Oh, water.
No, soak it in water.
Okay.
Because the active compounds, for the most part, are not water soluble, especially in your ABV, because the water soluble compounds, like the terpenes, most of those are gone. So, anyway, so some people think that if you soak it in water, a lot of the water soluble stuff is stuff that you don't want anyway. So then you soak it in water, and then you toss the water.
Got it.
And then you soak it in some fresh water, and you toss the water.
That'll become clean.
And you
I
keep,
suppose.
as Lebrowski says,
Use a French press.
keep rinsing until the water is clear.
Cool.
Because everything that's adding color to the water is not adding anything to the experience that you're looking for.
Doing that.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Anyway, sounds like a neat thing.
I just use my ABV for I put in cookie dough. It's already decarboxylated, so it doesn't even need to be baked, right? Or cooked.
No, it's already been baked.
So
'Cause-
that's why I just mix it with peanut butter and stuff that I don't have to cook too, or like what are those no-bake cookies? Oh my
Right.
god, it works so good at no-bake cookies.
Is that better than twice baked?
Well, you don't need to bake it because you don't need to bake your ABV.
Oh, because it's already been baked.
Yeah, so it's a perfect use.
Yeah.
But you can rebake your ABV if you want, right?
But why bake it if you don't need to?
Yeah, that's fun.
Some people really like the French press for basically washing your ABV.
Interesting. I have one.
Is ABV safe for pets? Well, it depends on your dosage. Yep.
The
Oh, did we get a winner on YouTube? I didn't. I saw one on the Twitch stream.
Oop.
Oh, there it is. Bang. Just like that. How's iSpire connected to Dynavap? Well, generally people just insert it in from the one side or the other. And sometimes we include a little silicone insert that allows you to adjust how far it's inserted, right?
Yep. Yep.
And no, Dynavap does not produce the wands.
No, but we make the insert, right?
Yes.
And that conversion for the wand has made it one of my go-to heaters.
Yeah. So no. So no, we don't manufacture the wand. We've only directly manufactured one electronic product, and that was that's not, yeah, and that was some of the early stage induction modules. 'Cause we actually have a little pick and place machine and a reflow oven, and we actually made the boards in house.
So I would do the shatter on top of dry herb unless you got the coil.
Coil's nice.
Coil is really nice for shatter because you just sprinkle it on the coil and then it melts right into the.
You've been coiling some coils, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should have coils in stock. Perfect for concentrate. And then you use your coil, and then you put your Dynavap upright, right? Like this.
Yep.
So everything runs back down to the coil because it's warm, and you can kind of keep reusing.
Yeah.
But I have left it like this, and like this, and it will tend to get pretty pulled up in the condenser because it's some liquid. I mean,
Yeah, there's liquid. Absolutely.
if you play it right, you can run the liquid right back down to the coil, resaturate the coil. It's kind of a gift that keeps giving.
Yeah. So plans for Dynaco for the hyper tip. We're looking into it. We've got a few other things that we should hopefully have into our next round of kind of testing pretty soon. We'll see how that actually goes. Well, it's 9:35.
It's fast.
That was pretty quick.
Doubled armored cap. Confused. Yeah, that was fast. I feel like we just started. What about the grind? Oh, the grind makes always gonna make somewhat of a difference.
Yeah.
Thick grind, like fine grind, no grind, all works good.
How do you know if you've overpacked?
Whenever I do my first click and I taste more burn than normal because my material has popcorned up into the cap a slight bit and now I've got it overheated. So then what I do is I go ahead with that first click, I take the cap off, and I just scrape a little bit off the top because it's already been so baked anyway.
Yep.
And now you're back to like a normal. But actually, heating the Dynavap itself kind of expands the material, which makes room for less compaction, unless you really pack it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So
And I would not do that.
No,
There's not necessary.
that's for having it ground a little bit, or at least using the teeth on your tip to grind some pieces. Having a little bit of space between.
We should show sometime
really
how you
helps.
grind with the teeth with like,
Let's,
but use it as a grinder.
yeah, we should do that.
That's really good.
Maybe on one of our next streams.
'Cause you don't need anything. You can just have
We should do like
one full piece, and you can actually just use the end of your tip to
Yeah.
grind it into pieces into the chamber, which is kind of why that serration exists also.
Is overpacking ever beneficial? If you want to have an extreme experience, I'm going to say not really.
No, I've never had it's a negative experience if you overpack it.
Yeah.
You won't have a good draw.
You're better off to have a small container of some additional material.
Overpacking has less draw, risk of combustion,
Not as good a flavor.
not as good a flavor. You're going to end up trying to loosen that up anyway because it's just not going to work to the standard feel. There's a technique to the pack, I mean, but it doesn't have to be difficult, right? But I personally, I always go with less, not a lot, because I get more out of it than I ever imagine a lot of times. It kind of depends on
Yeah.
your material and how much oil's in it, because that's what I'm finding too. More oilish material is going to give you a couple more clicks, but either way, why would you risk wasting more than just
Yeah.
using a little? These are really easy to reload. Like,
So
in fact, if you're used to smoking or like doing things, it's fun to reload and kind of go
it
for that
is.
extended
It is.
time
It
because
gives something to do with your hands.
Yeah.
You know.
now maybe you don't pick up your vaporizer, or you know what I mean, because you had an extended. I've been using that for that tip myself, is
Yep.
extended cap use. Maybe I won't use any more nicotine vaporizers or anything like that, because for me it's just the use of hands. Like, and I want something to be
It's part of the experience.
right.
How fine do you grind?
How fine? I mean, it's kind of it's personal preference. I mean, sometimes I don't grind at all. I do all of it,
Yeah.
but I don't go real fine grind. I don't
No.
know. I don't know why I don't, but it's just like unnecessary to go too fine of a grind. I don't.
You just end up with more particles getting through.
The screen,
Yeah.
any possibility like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you can, we'd sure would appreciate a like or a subscribe on YouTube. Help us grow those numbers. Maybe share a little bit more what we're doing with some people that you know out there. That'd be pretty nice. And there's some more cool stuff coming in here over the next couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We have to talk a little bit more about that, all the things we've been doing, Jeremy. I mean, holy cow! It's not like we've been sitting here on this couch for the last couple weeks.
No,
Seems
we've
like
been
we've,
on some journeys.
Gone a few places, haven't we?
Yeah, I encourage you to follow Team Dynavap on
Oh, yeah.
Facebook.
Let's see if we can get that in there.
We're going to have more posts for the journey. We've kind of set up a very responsible, amazing team. And we're also trying to elevate the sport.
Yeah, I mean,
We're
check
trying
this
to
out. Let
elevate
us know what
these
you think.
people.
Right?
We're trying to elevate the sport. And it's all for the right reasons.
Okay, cool.
And who knows, now you might see us at some more UFC events every here and there.
Just events in general, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of fun, isn't it? Okay. So, thanks everyone. Hope you have a good rest of your day, however long that may be. And we'll probably connect in about a week. So, cheers.